Hi, it's Ingra, and today we are learning the Kitchener stitch as our random topic here on iWiNK Randoms. I have been working on a sock for probably maybe 3 weeks, around Christmas time I think is when I started this. And this is beautiful hand-dyed wool from Diana Douglas at the Woolly Mammoth, so a little shout out to Diana. She is a lovely person, and she has a collection of snakes in the back that of course I had to go hold just about every snake I think she has in there. So she and I have that in common. If you don't know, I was a proud owner of a bull snake when I was in 7th grade for about 6 months until my dad came back from, he was commanding a base in Mississippi, and he came back home, and we had changed a few things around the house, and my brothers had started smoking in the house, and I got a pet bull snake and I got a pet puppy about the same day I think is when that happened, and when Dad got home the bull snake had to go. So I was tickled to be able to, every once in a while we'll get in a situation where somebody will have a snake and I'll get to hold a snake, but they give the best hugs if you wear a snake around your neck. You would know what I'm talking about if you ever did that. My husband, not so much on the snakes. All right, so basically, and all these adorable little charms, by the way, are, they're actually holiday related, so I obviously need to get some that are not Christmas related on my next sock since we're heading into spring here. I'm wishful thinking. We're right in the middle of winter, but but I'm looking forward to spring. And but I have all of these are marked every 10 rows so that I know exactly how many rows I'll need for the next sock. So I'm just leaving those on right now because I haven't figured all the notes that I need to take on how I did this sock to go to the next sock. But anyway, and if you're hearing that lovely canary singing in the background, that's Jazzy, if you've never joined us before. And Jazzy sings the hits. He has all kinds of different sounds that he makes, so he's kind of fun. And it seems like whenever I'm trying to record something, he's extra loud and chirpy. So I apologize for that. But I started, this Kitchener stitch is how you would finish off the toe on this sock, for example. And here's the heel of the sock, just to let you know, it really is a sock. And I had done a Kitchener stitch across using somebody else's explanation of the Kitchener stitch, and it did not work for me. I used a couple stitches that they had you start out with to set the one side, and you start the Kitchener stitch from right to left, so that's a little different than what we do a lot of other things with. We usually read left to right and do several things left to right, but I did half of this so that you could see what the Kitchener stitch does. Let me get this out of the way here. Basically what it does, it finishes off, and I'll bring you a little closer in. It finishes off the toe in a way that looks like it's part of the knitting. So when I open that up, it just looks like it's completely knitted over the toe, if you can tell. And last night it did not look that way. Last night it looked like I had purled clear across or something that made it have this edge that was not what I was going for. So today I did not do that first stitch that that many Kitchener stitches people that teach you that will have you do, and it's working much better, so I'm going with it. All right, so let me show you how the Kitchener stitch is done. And I think what I will do is step through here, turn around, and let you see from this angle. Okay, so basically we have the same amount of stitches on both needles, and again the yarn starting from the right, so that's how you start your toe after you've done your sock. And if it's coming from the back, you go to the front, and I think it does come from the back. I think you start at the front. So the front side, you knit, you slip in there as if to knit, slip it off, and do the next one as if to purl, leave it on, and pull the stitch through. So that's the full stitch of that front piece. And I'm just kind of looking to make sure I'm pulling it tight enough so that it blends in with the rest of the stitches there. Then on the back side, and this is always the same, the front side is pull through as if to knit, pull it off, and then pull through as if to purl and bring the thread through. So on the back side, we do just the opposite. We go through and pull off as if to purl. So we're taking the stitch as if to purl. And let me see, is that yarn getting split? Trying to make sure my yarn didn't get split because I had to frog it. Rip it. I had to frog it the first time I did it because it didn't work. Okay, and then we go through as if to knit and pull the thread completely through again. And again, getting it just tight enough that it blends in with the rest of the stitches. Okay, then we go back to the front. Slip it off as if to knit. Slip that one off. Then we go back in and we go through as if to purl. Pull it tight, pull it tight. Then on the back side, we stick it through as if to purl, slip it off, and stick it through as if to knit, pull it through. Pull it tight, pull it tight. Am I getting the angle off here? Okay. Then back to the front. Slip it off as if to knit, stick the needle through as if to knit, and slip it off. Then put it through as if to purl and pull the thread through. Oops, now I'm getting caught on my little danglies here. Pull it tight, pull it tight. And I just left about 10 inches, maybe 15 inches of yarn when I started on this. Okay, so then we go to the back, slip it off as if to purl, put through as if to knit, and pull it tight. Let me slip these on, pull tight, pull tight. Okay, so you can see it's getting a nice finish to it. Very nice. Okay, and it looks like I have one there that needs a little tightening, so I will do that while I'm seeing it. Okay. All right, so now we're back to the front. Pull through, go through as if to knit, pull it off, and then pull through as if to purl and pull it tight. And I keep getting caught on my dangly there. Pull it tight. Then we go to the back stitch and we go through as if to purl, pull it off, and then stick it through as if to knit and pull it through. Tighten it up. Go to the front, knit and pull it off. Purl and pull it through. Then we go to the back, purl, pull it off, knit, pull it through. Then we go to the front, knit, pull it off, purl, pull it through. Can get it. That one's pretty tight, so I'm going to bring it to the very end and we'll pray that it doesn't go off the needle. Okay, so we're done with that needle, and I will pull it through. Then the next one, purl, pull it off, knit, pull it through, and then this one we will knit the last one and purl this one because somehow I did not end up on the right side there. But I think that's what I want to do. Pull it through, and so knit, pull it through, purl, pull it through. And then we should be finished. Boom. And then all you need to do, and now I do need to take my stitch markers off because I want to turn it inside out and show you the last step before I present my final sock, my very first sock, my final version, I should say, because I did post online yesterday. This is my first completion, but I obviously am going to have to rip this out because the Kitchener stitch didn't work. And I always learn things better when I teach them. That's why I have this interesting iWiNK random topic thing going on. So now I will take all my stitch markers out so that I can turn it inside out. And we still got the needle on the yarn. And another reason I think I like this way better than the first way that I learned the Kitchener stitch with that anchoring stitch to begin it is it made it a real point on the end, and I don't like that look. I'd rather it be, you know, kind of finish off the roundness of the toe piece. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to turn it inside out and pull my thread through, and we'll see if I missed any stitches, because that's something else that I did notice and ripped out. I learned a lot on this sock. This is my very first sock ever. And I was noticing there were missed stitches, and I don't know how I was managing to do that, but I went back and fixed them, so I don't think I should have any of those mistakes. I do see some crisscrossy things going on here, though, so who knows what that is, but it looks right on the outside. All right, so to finish this off, we'll pull this through, and then I want to finish it off on the upper part of the foot, because if you do something on the bottom of the foot, you're going to feel it. In fact, I know some people that won't knit their own socks because they feel all the stitches, and they don't like that feeling. But this one, I'm going to just weave this through the back. And what I do is I'll go up one side like this, this, and then, oh, we need a little longer thread here. The thread a little longer, and then I'll turn around and go and skip a stitch and go back through that same piece if I can, just to have a good anchoring for that first weave. And then I'll just go up the next row, boom, 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 skip a stitch back through that same row, boom, boom, boom. And then I'll go to the next row, boom. Maybe that next row is not going to take me, boom. Never mind, I'll go to the next row, boom. It doesn't really matter, because once you've woven your stitches in, once you've woven your tail in, you clip it off, and nobody ever checks that. So you can pretty much do it any style you want, as long as it's hidden in the stitches. That's the aim. So here I go, turn around and go boom, 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 boom. And I'll do one more. because I sure don't want this to ever come out. Boom, boom, boom. Skip it and go boom. Back through, boom, boom, boom. And we'll call that good. And I will clip that later when I have scissors handy. But I'll show you my finished sock. I'm very proud. Here is my finished sock. How fun is that? Now I just have to try it on and make sure it fits. Which it should. It's got a little give to it. But I made many mistakes on this, but I think I've corrected just about all of them. Those cross stitches I saw under there, I don't know where those are on the outside, but I sure didn't notice them when I was trying to make sure I was doing everything right. But it's a sock. I'm excited. Thank you for joining us. The next time I will be on will be for our Tuesdays 10 at 2 when we look at 10 different sets of Magnabilities jewelry or other gadgets that we sell. Of course, in hopes that will entice you to do some retail therapy at ingraanderson.magnabilities.com. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope to see you Tuesday. Bye-bye.